Good morning everyone. This is Fatima Areeba
And this is Areeba Yusuf.
from the course BA Honours Business and Management from Bajpai University from the module Creativity and Innovation at Workplace. Today we are here giving a small presentation on how to limit screen time among teenagers. Now first, let us have a look at a small video showing how screen time is becoming a problem.
Of the 7 billion people on Earth, roughly 6 billion own a cell phone, which is pretty shocking given that only 4.5 billion have access to a working toilet. So how are these popular gadgets changing your body and brain? If you're looking down at your phone right now, your spine angle is equivalent to that of an 8-year-old child sitting on your neck, which is fairly significant considering people spend an average of 4.7 hours a day looking at their phone. This, combined with the length of time spent in front of computers, has led to an increase in the prevalence of myopia or nearsightedness in North America. In the 1970s, about 1/4 of the population had myopia, where today nearly half do. And in some parts of Asia, 80 to 90% of the population is now nearsighted. And it can be hard to put your phone down. Take for example the game Candy Crush. As you play the game, you achieve small goals, causing your brain to be rewarded with little bursts of dopamine. And eventually you're rewarded in the game with new content. This novelty also gives little bursts of dopamine and together create what is known as a compulsion loop, which just happens to be the same loop responsible for the behaviors associated with nicotine or cocaine. Our brains are hardwired to make us novelty seeking, and this is why apps on our phones are designed to constantly provide us with new content, making them hard to put down. As a result, 93% of young people aged 18 to 29 report using their smartphone as a tool to avoid boredom, as opposed to other activities like reading a book or engaging with people around them. This has created a new term, nomophobia, the fear or anxiety of being without your phone. We also see a change in brain patterns. Alpha rhythms are commonly associated with wakeful relaxation, like when your mind wanders off, whereas gamma waves are associated with conscious attentiveness. And experiments have shown that when a cell phone is transmitting, say during a phone call, the power of these alpha waves is significantly boosted, meaning phone transmissions can literally change the way your brain functions. Your smartphone can also disrupt your sleep. The screen emits a blue light which has been shown to alter our circadian rhythms, diminishing the time spent in deep sleep, which is linked to the development of diabetes, cancer, and obesity. Studies have shown that people who read on their smartphone at night have a harder time falling asleep and produce less melatonin, a hormone responsible for the regulation of sleep-wake cycles.
Now, teens are masters at keeping themselves occupied in the hours after school until way past bedtime, when they're doing their homework, and when they're not, they're online and on their phones, texting, sharing, trolling, scrolling, you name it. As a psychologist, Dr. Catherine Stinner says that there's no question teens are missing out on very critical social skills. So we have conducted a number of problem-solving techniques like fishbone, 555, 5W2H, and now we have found out some of the aspects of such behavior of teenagers. The first aspect is parents. Let me read these bullet points for you. They say working parents, gadgets from early stage, single divorced parents, absence of teaching manners. Now, let me explain you all of these in detail. What a child learns in his childhood and the way he grows up can either make him or break him, and parents play a very important role in the life of a child. Nowadays, parents show neglecting behavior towards their children because they are very busy in earning money to improve their living standards. For kids to stay busy and stop disturbing it or distracting their parents, they're giving gadgets at a very early age. Nowadays, getting divorced is really common, but what parents don't think is that they are destroying their child's life, and a single parent cannot be equal to a mom and a dad. And due to this neglection, kids lack manners and don't like to be controlled or dominated when they become teenagers.
The second aspect is technology. Internet. The first aspect is internet. It's cheap and it's advanced, the technology. The biggest problem of this issue is that technology is very cheap and it is available anywhere over the world. Such cheap packages of internet are available that even a low-cost salary person can afford them, and there is no way you can control them. The second aspect is schools. Why would we blame schools? Their learning management system, their curriculum. And as schools are going more digital, personal development is being ignored. After a mother's cradle, the first place a child develops in school is much of the modern high school students' homework is on a computer, which is also a reason of increasing their screen time a lot, whether using a word processor or to write an essay or an internet research. All of this is causing troubles in their personal development. And you don't know. Even when the teenagers are doing their homework, they're still online.
Now the next biggest and most hazardous problem is health. Sleep deprivation, vision problems, obesity, aches. These are all the problems that are being caused on them. And research done by experts show that due to looking at high resolution screens for a long time at night are getting teenagers sleep deprived. And when they are while they're watching the screen, they can consume as much food as they're given, which has highly increased the rate of obesity over the few years. Thousands of teenagers are getting prone to very dangerous diseases from a small age.
The next aspect is the trends and the environment around us. Everything increasingly becoming digital, staying socially active, competition to stay technologically advanced, global warming. From ordering food to reading a book or doing a homework, everything is digital. And how many of us can we count? And it's not possible to keep a teenager away from technology. And if they are kept away from technology, they would be left behind in the race of life. We teenagers want to stay socially active and get as many followers or friends possible. This is meant as recognition for us, and many of us change their true identity. As psychologist Dr. Sandria Strainer-Andrian explains, self-esteem comes from consolidating who you are. The more identities you have, the more time you spend pretending to be someone you aren't, the harder it's going to be to feel good about yourself. And this condition is called imposter syndrome.
Now the next and very difficult thing is cybercrime. Bullying, harassment, and security and privacy issues. Youngsters are now so busy in their lifestyle that they have forgotten the values and ethics of living, which cause them to be jealous of each other and are suffering from inferiority complex, which gives birth to bullying. Yet again, all of this is going to another level in the name of cyberbullying. People are harassing others, victims are given threats, and personal information is being leaked on social media in the name of cyberbullying.
That's not all. We have not only found aspects of the problem, but we have also gone through some ideation techniques like wishing, brainstorming, worst idea first, and other similar techniques.
So, these are the existing solutions that we can prove that this can help us, such as parental locks, Wi-Fi passwords, using gadgets to control screen time. Some of these are Screenbox, Unglue app, Almanpus, Amazon Alexa, filtering software for computers. These can help the parents or the teenagers who are spending a lot of time.
Even if these solutions exist, rarely any parents have applied them in real life.
So, we came up with some of these amazing aspects that can help the parents to solve their problems or that can help the teenagers. The first one is
parents cutting their own screen time consumption. Of course, if you have to stop and control your children, you have to start it from yourself.
You have to be a role model for them.
Delaying the age of first use as much as possible.
Nowadays, when we go to malls, parks, anywhere, we see children, and maybe at the age of 3 months or 4 months, having just grabbed on gadgets and using them. That's very dangerous.
Planning and spending family time. If the kids find love at home, they will not go outside.
Now, these are just some solutions that could be taken in the school by teachers.
Teachers should be made to focus on personal development rather than studying and grades. Parents meeting concentrating on educating the parents about how to tackle teenagers.
Now, some of the health solutions could be creating awareness of the health issues caused due to technology through seminars, lectures, etc. If we encourage our child to go to these type of lectures and listen to them, they will definitely get some results.
We have to encourage our teenagers to have extracurricular activities and stay active, like learning new skills like pottery, cooking, painting, photography, and plus we have to take a personal involvement in all these activities.
Now, cybercrime is a very huge problem. So for that, we have some solutions, which are parents must keep a check on what teenagers share, like, and post. So if they are disturbing anybody or if the children are being victim to it, they can know. And if the teenagers face any such issues, they must report to elders. And what they should do is avoid sharing too much personal information.
And at last, for the conclusion of our presentation, we would like to say that the root cause of the problem is clear, and that's the parents, because everything they learn is from the house. And if we want the problem to be solved, we have to first console the parents.
If a change is expected, the parents must be counseled on how to raise kids and manage time and put time management habit in the child. Thank you so much. This is all.